Let's talk about my favorite sales books of all time. Number 10, Sell It Like Sirhan by Ryan Serhant. Like most moms, guys, unfortunately, my mom is obsessed with Bravo TV. Real Housewives, Below Deck, and throughout the years, she would tune into Million Dollar Listing, which was a show where real estate agents would sell mega mansions, humongous houses, very expensive. And she always used to say the same thing to me: Matt, I think you would really like this show. There's a big sales element to it, and you would really like this guy, Ryan. I think you'd learn a lot from him. And I'd always say the same thing: Mom, it's probably scripted, it's probably fake. I doubt I could apply anything I learned from this guy, Ryan, into my job in tech sales. Well, guess what, guys? I was dead wrong, because eventually Ryan got his own show on Bravo TV called Sell It Like Sirhan, where he coached failing salespeople in all different types of industries towards success. I learned a lot during that show that I applied in my tech sales role. And then I picked this book up, and it's been one of the best sales reads of all time. My biggest takeaway from his book was his 3F framework to structure a successful sales day. The first F is follow up. Start the day by reaching out to new leads or following up on active opportunities that are in your pipeline. LinkedIn DMs, handwritten notes, cold calls, emails, whatever it is, you want to do this at the very start of your day before your day gets rolling and you start getting pulled in all different directions. The second F is follow through. The bulk of our workday as salespeople needs to be spent executing promises and moving active deals forward. Whether that's putting proposals together, putting quotes together, doing discovery calls, demos, following through with a pilot, a POC. It doesn't matter how small of a commitment it is that you made towards the client. If you said you were going to do something, follow through and do it. And the third F is follow back. At the end of your day, make time to connect with past clients, referrals, and your network. Maybe you closed a deal, guys, with somebody 6 months ago. Follow back up, check in. This is how you're gonna build relationships and build out your flywheel to get more referrals out of your network. Number 9, They Ask, You Answer by Marcus Sheridan. This isn't a traditional sales book, but if you want to future-proof your success in sales and be successful 10 years from now, of all the books I'm gonna mention in the video, this is by far the most important book for salespeople. Hot take here, but I think cold calling is going to be dead very soon. I think iOS or Apple just expedited that with their new iOS update. Cold emails, they're not getting opened. In the future, guys, the best salespeople are not going to be the most skilled salespeople. The best salespeople making the most money, getting the fattest commission checks, are going to be the best marketers. They're going to be the people who are the best at getting eyeballs on their product and service, getting attention, building awareness for who they are and what they do, creating content that answers their prospects' biggest questions. I'm 31 years old. I don't know how old you are, but based on my analytics, I think you might be around my age as well or younger. Guess what, guys? I'm not receptive to a cold call. I'm not receptive to a cold email. I purchase based on what I see online, based on marketing. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, social media, referrals, word of mouth. That is how I buy, and this book teaches you how to do that to a T, and it's the biggest reason as to why I think I'm going to be very successful at sales 10 years from now. 8, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettinger. Guys, this is a super easy read. I'm a slow reader. It takes me months to finish a book. I finished this book in one sitting, sitting on the beach down the Jersey Shore at my parents' shore house. Tremendous, tremendous book. And the biggest takeaway I got from this book, it's super simple yet effective. Without enthusiasm and conviction in what you sell, you're not going to sell shit. You have to deliver and show that you're enthusiastic and you have true conviction in what you're selling in order to persuade anybody to buy your product and service. If you're struggling in sales right now, pick this book up. You'll probably finish it in a day. 7, Objections, The Ultimate Guide for Mastering the Art and Science of Getting Past No by Jeb Blunt. 208 pages dedicated to handling sales objections. Before I read this book, when I got hit with an objection, my mind would go blank, whether it was on a cold call or a sales closing call. My mind would go blank. And this is actually an excerpt from an article I read on LinkedIn years ago, and it still applies today. When someone rejects you, there's a part of your brain that kicks into fight or flight. An effect of this is that the blood rushes out of your brain and into your muscles. So you're faced with a situation where you have to choose a quick path to move the conversation forward. But you can't think because your rational brain has been compromised. This is the inspiration for Jeb's creation of the ledge statement. Ledge statements give your brain what neuroscientists call the magical quarter of a second. That magical quarter of a second is all your brain needs to rise above emotions associated with rejection. Here's a list for you guys of ledge statements. That makes sense. That's exactly why I called. I expected you to say that. I'm with you. I figured that was the case. That makes sense is by far my favorite ledge statement. Test it out. I think you're going to like them. And again, what this is going to do is when you get hit with an objection or rejection, say one of these phrases. It's going to give your brain a quarter of a second to process that objection and figure out how to best handle it to move the conversation forward. 6, Gap Selling by Keenan. If you are an account executive, this is a must read. Every sale is about a problem, a current state that's not good enough. The buyer, they have a desired future state, results that they're looking for, results that they want. Our job as sellers is to diagnose the gap between those two states and show how your product helps them cross it. The bigger and more painful the gap, the more urgency and willingness the prospect has to buy. 5, Fanatical Prospecting, another one by Jeb Blount. Good quote from the book. The number one reason for failure in sales is an empty pipeline. And the root cause of an empty pipeline is the failure to consistently prospect. My favorite concept in the book is most sales slumps, guys, are actually prospecting slumps from the past. And what I mean by that is, if I'm not selling anything today, it's because I was not prospecting 90 days ago and I was lazy. 4, The Challenger Sale by Matthew Dixon and Brent Adamson. This book, guys, it changed how I see myself as a salesperson. Before this book, I thought the prospect is always right. They're never wrong. I was very agreeable. I was a yes man. I was at the prospect's beck and call. I let the prospect dictate next steps and how sales conversations were run. This book changed how I thought about that. It put me in the driver's seat. It gave me the mindset that I'm the leader of this conversation. It's my job to teach, guide, sometimes provoke and challenge when it makes sense, because that's what a true consultative salesperson sells. And this book was written, I don't know how long ago, years ago, right? And this methodology still holds true today. 3, $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. Look at this thing, guys. It's like a textbook more than a book. But this book is along the same lines as They Ask You Answer by Marcus Sheridan. It's all about leads. Master the game of attention, because if you don't, somebody else will, and they're going to eat your lunch. And it's very practical. Like Hormozi lays out exactly what you need to do with real examples, step by step. Absolutely tremendous reading. You might be thinking, well, They Ask You Answer and $100 Million Leads, it's not my job to market my product or service. There's a marketing department. That's my company's job. I'm here to sell. Bullshit. Again, if you want to future-proof yourself in this game, you need to read books like this and They Ask You Answer. It's all about awareness. It's all about attention. The best salespeople will be the best marketers. I'd rather have a world-class marketer than 50 great salespeople. 2, The Art of Selling with Champions to Shape Internal Buying Conversations and Close Enterprise Deals by Nate Nasrallah. If you are not in enterprise sales, I would not pick this book up. I read this before I was in enterprise sales. It was a different language. Now that I'm in enterprise sales and I'm doing this motion, this book makes more sense. It's all about, guys, when you're in enterprise sales, you're not selling alone. You're selling with a team, and oftentimes you're selling through a champion. You're building a champion up. A champion is somebody at the company that you're trying to sell to who is going to sell on your behalf when you're not in the room. So it's about building those folks up and building business cases that, again, help sell your deal when you're not in the room to executives. It's a more advanced book, but if you are in enterprise sales, by far, guys, the most important book of all time. And number 1, New Sales Simplified by Mike Weinberg. This is the first sales book I ever read. My first sales job out of college, my boss walked over to my desk and said, Matt, this is mandatory reading, and this is actually the copy that I got. You can see here, guys. I have lots of different highlights in here, right? Lots of different notes. And before I got this book, I had no idea what I was doing. And when I finished this book, I was like, oh, okay, that's what sales is. And all of this All of this applies today. The agenda setting, the cold call scripts that you get from this book, everything from start to finish, closing deals, running sales conversations. Like the other books, very practical, but this is always the book. If someone's asking me like, hey, Matt, what sales book should I read? I'm just starting out. It is 100% New Sales Simplified by Mike Weinberg. Mike Weinberg, you are the man. Now, there is a book that I did not feature and mention in this video, yet there's techniques in the book that I use more than any book ever that I've ever read from a sales technique perspective. And the reason I didn't mention it in this video is I did an entire video dedicated to the techniques and how I use them throughout my sales conversations from what I read in the book. You can check out that video right here. And let me know in the comment section below, guys, what's your favorite sales book of all time? If it wasn't one of these featured, maybe I haven't read it, I need to pick it up, let me know.